Alright, well, I did some searching, and I finally figured out how to use this modular core here. It seems I found the Minecraft forum of the person who made the mod, and they had an example video underneath it. So I got lucky with that. Sometimes they're not as easy to find. But I still don't know why their video wasn't... I don't know why that video wasn't referenced on their main page, but, you know, what are you gonna do? So I now understand how this system works, and how all the other modular systems work as well. This crusher core is actually not of much use to us, because what it does is it crushes down... I think the best it does is crushes down cobblestone into sand, and then crushes down all the ores into multiples, which is good if we have ores, which we... Seeing as how we're surviving off of rocks, we don't really have ore. So these won't be benefited by that. Although, we can make a modular furnace, and that'll be pretty useful to us. To melt down things fast. But I don't really know if it is all that useful, so I don't know if I'd invest it. Well, not right now, apparently. Modular generator, that can give us some power. It's a good way to do power instead of using stars. But I don't know how it stands up against the Stirling energy generator. Because, I mean, I don't know what the star is going to do once it reaches 0. It could blow up, for all I know. So, I don't want that. If I can avoid it. So it seems that we're really not going to be using too many modular systems other than furnace. But maybe generator? I don't really know still. There's complications to it, and I'll go over that a bit more in a second. And then they've also got something useful that we'll want to get into, which is a modular storage core. And what this will do is, if you've seen my other playthroughs or whatnot, or if you know Applied Energistics, they have a computer system which stores all of your stuff. Well, basically, that's what this system does, except it's real low-tech. It's made of wood and stuff, so it's easier to attain. Except for the Desh ingot, which is probably custom for this mod pack. That's going to make it hard for us to get. I don't know. I think that was Mars dirt next to it, so I think we have to go to Mars for that. That's a little bit out of our range right now. But if we ever get that, we can use this system to build up a kind of applied energistic storage unit that doesn't require power, which is why it's a little bit better than applied energistics, but also can't be piped to a different location very well, which makes it worse than applied energistics. It's possible to use basic storage upgrades, so I guess if I build a crap ton of these, I can use this to pipe it through the system. But it's a little bit ghetto. I don't really like it as a piping method, but it does work, so at least it should work. Actually, I don't know what happens if I put two, I suppose I don't need two storage cores. I'd never really have to interact with this. I just interact with the crafting expansion and put that at both ends, and I can have two spots to do anything with the system. I don't know. So that's my plan for storage later. So about the modular systems, the way these structures work is, I'm going to explain it real quick, and then eventually we'll build it and we'll see it better. But basically, the way they work is by making a multi-block structure. So a 3 by 3 space. So it would fill this hallway pretty much. And the center of it's hollow, and the front of it has one of these core pieces, and that turns it into that system. And what the effects of the actual outside are is listed in here. So let me see if I can find some quartz, which is what the walls are made of. So the walls are made of this stuff. Now, if we take this block and put it together in a 3 by 3 by 3 structure and put a modular furnace into it, it'll get these effects. So that's what these things are. I didn't understand these, but if I click this, I can see all of them. So each block has a special effect on the system. And I would think that the best item apparently to build it out of might be gold. Because it makes it faster, which is good. At least I think it does. I still don't 100% understand what these effects are, but these are modifiers. So if we get this, if we put in gold blocks for a 3x3, or if we just put in one gold block and then some other blocks, it'll still get some benefit, I think, of gold, but it'll have more of the other ones to bring it down. So if we build an entirely gold one, right, it'll have whatever the amount of blocks is times this speed, and times this efficiency, and times this multiplicity. Now, speed makes it faster. Efficiency makes it so that the timer it uses normally to do specific tasks, which is a set number. So let's say it takes 200 to cook something. Then this makes it faster, so it'll basically be like 100. This would make it more efficient, so that 200 would actually be 100 instead of being faster. It's a bit complicated. These are kind of the same in some respects. But if you have a negative efficiency, though, this adds time. I guess same with speed, but what speed would do is it's always of that 200, whereas efficiency adds to the 200 and makes it like 300 or 400. So that's the effects of those. And then multiplicity is just, this means multiple. So if it says 4 times, we get 4 times done at each use. So it sounds like a system that could get really fast and useful for mass smelting or something like that. But I really don't know if I'll ever need mass smelting. However, for a generator, it might be really good because then you get mass energy generation. So it might be worthwhile, but I don't really know if I want to get involved with that right away. Also, I was playing another mod pack, the Blast Off mod pack, and I realized something. I did this all wrong, really. The iron I used last, I kind of wasted a little bit. Not 100%, but I wasted a fair bit of it. Because the thing is, I can make it into a block, doing a 4x4, and then use a hammer on it, which I think I destroyed, possibly. That's okay, I can build another one. And that'll make it so that it gives me more ore. Because there's actually a fairly good chance of this working. So it says 100% for 4 of them. So it's always going to give me the block back, but then a chance to give me some of it, some more back. I still don't 100% know what exactly these numbers all mean, but basically there's a good chance on average that I'll get 1/4 of an ingot. Yeah, because it takes 4 of them for that. So yeah, there's a chance I'd get 1/4 of an ingot at each stage. So, seeing as there's 3 stages, I could get 3/4 of an ingot out of just breaking down one block repeatedly so that I can get 1 ingot anyway. So at the end of all of it, you have 1 3/4 pretty much. It's a little bit weird, but it works. I don't remember if we did that in Agrarian Skies. I don't think we did. I don't really want to claim that one right now. And that one's nothing. Okay. So, where were we last? I think I was focusing on building a few different things. For one, I want to fix this wall. It's still broken. And next, I also want to automate this cobblestone generation as well. How bad was it to make a retrieval node? Oh, not a retrieval node, a transfer node. It's not too bad. Alright, and then I like how this one makes 4. It's only slightly more expensive. However, I need an interaction upgrade. Yeah, world interaction upgrade, so I can make it mine the blocks. And I can make that, okay. So I want to focus on getting that at some point, but not right now. It's a little bit too far from me. I do, however, want to make the... Was it an auto? Yeah, there it is. I want to make an automatic sieve. So this is my focus right now. So I want to get iron. And I also want to plan out some things I want to do, because this mine works for now, but I really don't like this. I'm going to build, what I'm thinking here, is I'm going to put a storage unit underneath this section. So this is the main core of my my base, really. And I'm not sure how I'm going to do this, but I want to make this the central hub point for everything. So there's the entrance. You got your small park here, and then this will be the actual hub where you'd go to just kind of figure out what you want to do or something, or just get oxygen and stuff. I want this to somehow be of high priority. Then you got a tree farm over there. There's a storage unit that'll be underneath here, storing all of our items and stuff. So this is like the main work kind of section. It's not a factory, but kind of a like a workshop floor of sorts. You just kind of go here and do small things, like maybe a few furnace items, maybe grind some oak sieves, maybe sieve some stuff a bit, maybe create some dirt. You know, I don't know. Just something kind of basic here. Nothing too complicated. Just kind of like a living room. And then maybe out this way and then to the left. I'm not sure how I want to do this still. But I want to have a section that has a building maybe like this, maybe like that one. I'm not quite sure. But then it'll have a kind of mining setup. So it'll have like a mining shaft that goes down and then to some subterranean mining station. I'm not quite sure how I want to do it, but I think it'd be nice to have just kind of build a pathway down and actually start mining somewhere over there. And then maybe branching off, I'll have, what I want to do is have a central star power system. So something kind of like this room, maybe like this room because of its dome shape. I really like that. That might be a nice effect. And then at the center, we'd have some sort of central chamber. The star thing would be sat on top of it, charging the entire house. This entire building and station is run off that star. And then maybe have like some pillars or some posts or something come up out of the ground and point towards the center. Kind of like a, I don't know, like some sort of, I want some like sort of hooking arches that go inward towards the star a bit. So it's kind of like held in place. And that'll just be like our central power generation room and stuff like that. With maybe a subsection for other generation of power, because I know power is probably not going to just come from the star. It's not really strong enough. And I don't imagine these are terribly cheap to make, because I'm pretty sure they require a nether star, which means we have to kill the wither, and I don't do that terribly often, and I also don't know how I would do it. So, yeah. Also, while I was playing the other mod pack, I remembered something else, too, is that I can create obsidian using these barrels, so it's a good thing to note if I ever need obsidian. I don't think I need it too often, and I don't even know if I can make a nether portal. I would think they disabled it. But, I don't know. Like, the only way to access the nether might be through, what was it, RF Tools? Yeah, I think RF Tools, because RF Tools, what it does is, you got your teleporters, right? It's a little bit complicated, but at the same time really simple. It's much like Mistcraft, which we had in Feed the Beast Ultimate except this one is built off of power usage and computerization of sorts. So you can make these kind of circuits and whatnot and build DIMMs or something. I think they've all been hidden from me, which is quite annoying actually, because I might need to craft them, but whatever. There's special DIMM systems or whatever, these little chips or cards that you put in that change different things. So you can change the material, so what your planet's made of. Maybe it's made of dirt, maybe it's made of cobblestone, maybe it's made of netherrack. Yeah, the mob types, so you can control whether it's like maybe nether mobs or something. Sky, whether it's normal Minecraft or something else. So a lot of these are pretty useful, but some of the really good ones are things like biome. We can make it a winter place if we need snow, or we can make it so that time is faster or slower, so that we don't have to worry about these months and transition. Like, there's a bunch of different things. Heck, I think you can even make it so the atmosphere in that area actually heals you and stuff like that. Like, I think these ones do it. Regeneration module. Gives regeneration bonus when used in an environmental controller. So, it's like playing on peaceful mode. Pretty much, in those worlds. Speed modifier, so you can go even faster, mine faster, no hunger, fall slower. The ability to creative fly, apparently. I didn't know that. These ones are fairly new, actually. Peaceful mode, no monsters. Water breathing, that's kind of nice. Night vision, that's not bad. I do love RF tools. I love its screens. It has screens that have text on them, which you can control with this text module, and it'll tell you things like your power levels and all that stuff. Very useful. But basically what we'll probably be doing with this is creating another world and then teleporting to it and using it from there. So I think that's basically where we're going to redo Earth and maybe also the Nether, because we may not be able to go back to Earth. So the only way to live on Earth is to create an artificial Earth. It's a little bit weird. It's like a replicator, so I suppose it kind of follows the same rules, because if you know about Star Trek, the replicators technically create material. So if you go in there and order a cup of coffee, I think you can technically walk out with a cup of coffee. I don't quite know all the specifics of it. Like, there's safeguards and stuff to make sure that you can't walk out like that. And there's also like high-level holograms and stuff like that, so the actual holograms can't leave. The people aren't made of matter. It's complicated. It's one of those things, like, it's kind of there for the story so that they can do whatever the hell they want without getting bogged down by the fact that it's a little bit unreasonable. I should probably be mining while I'm talking. What am I doing? I should probably get one of these and just shove it into my oxygen areas. Alright, because I need to sift through a lot of rock, and I should probably be doing that. I just got so caught up in explaining some of the things we're going to have to do in this series. And it's hard to focus on mining and that at the same time. Where's my mining pick? I must have put it away. I need to get better storage system set up, or I'm gonna die in here or something. What do I need? I need cobblestone. Alright, good. Don't need a shovel or an axe. I think the last thing I did was build this section of building, so I need to finish that up still, because it's still open to the atmosphere, and it's not very good. I mean, it's not... Oh, not 6. F7. It's not that bad, but it's not good to have it just open to nowhere. It's gonna suck filling this in, but I'm gonna have to do it. Might as well put it down the center. Is that the center? I think that's the center, yeah. There. Okay. Like, there's some interesting things we can do with this pack so far that I know of. I just don't know if it's really all that reasonable. I don't know. like it's an okay pack so far. And I think there's good potential in this. I just don't know if it's super potential and stuff like that. Like Agrarian Skies was one of those ones that could go on forever. Well, not forever, but like it was so much more. There was a lot to do and lots of objectives that were usually a little bit different from each other. But when it comes to this one, there's a lot of similarity in some of them, like going to Pluto and Mars and all that. Those are all space travel, and once you can do one, you can pretty much do all of them. But there's other mods in here too. But I'm questioning, like, you know, are they substantial mods? Like, if it was a mod to, like, do sorting, because there's a sorting mod in here for your inventories, and it wants me to cover that. But the thing is, it's a sorting mod. It's not really going to add that much, and for all I know, like, a fourth of the quests in total could be storage mod stuff, you know? And then I just end up showing off a storage mod, and then the series would end, pretty much, you know what I mean? That wouldn't be very useful. Quality-wise. I mean, I wouldn't mind it too much, because, I mean, it doesn't hurt to know more mods, but it wouldn't be very useful as an adventure. You know, it's like I started this up expecting an adventure, and then ended up building a bunch of storage systems. That wouldn't be very useful to me, or fun, per se. So I'm hoping it won't turn into that. Which it shouldn't. It seems like there's a good branch out. This should probably do okay for now. Once I get the system sorted out a bit, I should be able to start kind of just moving along. I need to start thinking about mass mining. Mine. I suppose I should have seen that coming. There's no automatic miners. Well, no. Quarry. I don't know what that is. Oh, here we go. We got the Ender Quarry. It seems doable. That's still as expensive as it's always been, I suppose. That's not too bad. I could probably do that. Because we'll need a system at some point to actually start mining this place. Because I can't do it alone, especially with just one pickaxe. I'm only clearing one block at a time. I need to clear, like, massive dimensions of space and stuff like that. I need to fold the world into my pocket so I can do stuff. A nuclear alarm, that's what I'm gonna need. I'm just not sure of any good mining systems that are in here. I like the look of this. This is a real nice looking solar panel. I don't see any mining systems. I mean, the Ender Quarry will work, but I want to make sure I have a bit of leeway with what I do. But I suppose if I had a quarry, like, the thing is, there's a weird balance you've got to reach with a quarry and stuff like that. Because the thing is, you can set up a quarry and just take out a massive area, and then just sit there with the game in the background and just mine up everything. So it's a tiny bit game breaking, because you don't actually have to focus on it at all. I suppose it might be possible to use block breakers, but it's rather expensive. It might be worth it still, though, if I can do something to move this. Because I'd need to move it and the redstone signal it's using so that it can be used to mine. But I'd need locomotion if possible. It might be in here. So we'll see. There's also computers. I don't know if open computers can help me, though. Computer case, charger, disassembler, disk drive, geolyzer. Useful for generating holograms of the area or for detecting ores. That sounds cool. Hologram projector. That sounds cool, but I don't know what the hell it would project. Converter, distributor, RAID, screen tier 1, 3, 2. Oh dear. This mod right here is gonna be the big hitter, because I don't know what this one's about at all, and it's not gonna be easy to understand in the slightest. The Stargate too. I haven't used Stargate, but I think I've seen it touched on by Yogscast, but not really played, so I don't really know what to expect from it. Advanced generators. I don't know anything about those either. Like, I don't see any mining systems. And I'm gonna need something to mine. Quantum flux. Localized region in what? Space-time? Space-time. Storehouse, time block, qubit cluster. Goodness gracious. I don't see anything. RF Tools doesn't have anything. I don't think there's any miners. That sounds crazy. I'm gonna have to just come up with smarter ways then to get to these items. Basically, if I go to... where is it? It's somewhere nearby here. If I make sensor glasses, right? What sensor glasses will do is they allow me to, at least I believe these are the right ones, they should allow me to see ore in my peripherals, and it'll move as I look in different directions. And I should be able to tell where ore is with these devices, but I do have to be fairly close to it. Mercury, oh goodness. I'm never gonna get to Mercury. Okay, well that's gonna take some time. So basically right now it's looking like it's gonna be a massive, well, the Ender Quarry is the best thing I have. It's the only quarry I can think of for now that can work. I do need to get obsidian, which I can do pretty easily. I'll need an Ender Pearl or two to make the specialized walls, which could be difficult because I need to find Endermen, and I don't really know where I'd find any, because I don't think they spawn in space. They probably don't like it very much out here. I could go to the... I can't go to the end, can I? Actually, I might be able to go to the end if I make an RF world. I don't know of any other ways. There's a few things I suppose I could use. How do I... Look, slimes. I want to get those one of these days. Pearl. asteroid rock has a 2% chance. Huh, it's totally... There's definitely doing this. Oh, Einsteinium. That's okay, but it's gonna be tough to get that. So if I can get an ender pearl, then I can make Eyes of Ender. I can make a quarry at some point. But once again, though, it falls down to another question. If I have a quarry, where do I mine? I mean, the moon's okay if I want to sift through stuff and make okay profits. I don't really know if anything else uses the sieve. Moon. I suppose I should have seen it coming. Mars. Real world. Venus. Pluto. Dust. I guess every planet does have a sieve that you can use. And then you're gonna get really weird stuff. I'm just questioning the usefulness of mining all the planets, because the moon might have ores and stuff, but maybe it would have been that Mars didn't really have too many of them. It could be that it's more specialized. I didn't actually look at the stuff it gave me, but I did see that most of the planets can be mined in this fashion. So I'll want to do that. I need to install a clock, because I can't see what time it is at all, and it's not really very fair to be looking at the clock here like I am. Look, it's almost daytime. Actually, it might be daytime. I don't see any zombies, but it looks real dark out there. No, I hear something. Okay, no, he's okay. There's the... Okay, it's definitely nighttime still. But it should be becoming day really soon. So I'll need to install a clock somewhere. I'll have to keep that in mind. One of the things I like about this mod pack, though, is that with RF tools and all the planets you can travel through to with the spaceship, there's a lot of possibility of kind of starting again in a different world. So that might be kind of cool to see what kind of weird worlds I can visit. But I'm concerned that they'll be mostly the same. I mean, it's not like I'm going to go to a world and it's going to have, like, ender fluids on the floor and stuff that, like, float upwards at the edges or something into the ceiling. Like, that'd be pretty cool. What it's going to probably be is, like, there'll be pools of ender, maybe, because I think I can actually make it do that. But then it'll just also be, like, grasslands everywhere, or I can maybe make it end stone. Like, I don't think I can make anything really all that alien, but it would be pretty cool looking. I would also be very careful around the ender, the resident ender, because resident ender teleports you if you touch it. So I wouldn't want to do that. Because I don't know where I would teleport to. It'd probably just be like above more teleportation stuff, and I would just indefinitely teleport around the world. Which might be kind of cool, but I don't think that's a good idea. I need more iron. Oh, I got some. I got like 6 of them, I think. Okay, good. I did not get an awful lot for all the work I put in there. That's okay, though. I can do something with this. I need another chest, and then I need to start thinking about better storage systems than what I'm using right now. Okay. That's probably a little bit weird. I should, Okay, that in there. Don't need ice. Actually, I might have had ice stored somewhere. I don't really need these tin... Well, I'll need to collect them still. Ice. Oh my god, I got a meteorite. That's an interesting one. Look at that, makes 12 iron. Jackpot. I'm sure that's the only thing it's used for. Have little or no atmosphere. What? Found in many planets' moons which have little or no atmosphere will drop meteoritic iron when broken. Okay. There we go. Bunch of iron. Big boost. Okay. So now I need to make that hammer. Hopefully I have enough in this pickaxe to mine 3 blocks. Oh. Alright, good. Oh, jeez. Sometimes I jump a little too strong.